Hi, I've come on today. It's Helen here from Wild Fig. I want to talk about our experience of life and how, or really why, it starts to feel unfulfilling and limited and, a bit meh, a little bit lacking energy, lacking interest. People talk about losing their mojo, that kind of thing. And I often use this wiggly line in my work. It's very complex, but this wiggly line represents life in all its ups and downs, which we all, of course, definitely know from last year. Plenty of ups and downs and continuing. And what happens in life is that we collect ideas, we collect beliefs about how we apparently should behave and how we apparently shouldn't behave. And we really take them on, certain ones. So some of us take on some and some of us take on others, and there are some that perhaps we all take, and who knows, like we don't get to choose that. But what it means is that we increasingly limit our experience of life. So we go from babies really following the flow. We that's what you see in babies and young kids. They just follow the flow of life. They go fully into the excitement of it and then fully into the tears of it, but each moment letting it go and moving on to the next moment, which is really the way that we want to live. It's really what we're looking for, that kind of fulfillment and that kind of non-attachment to each moment. But what happens is over the years we take on others' ideas, and so our life starts to go more like this. And we don't quite have the highs that we used to have. And actually, we don't even have the lows we used to have, because we start to get a bit scared of it all. We start to think, well, I'm only okay. I only get love if I behave in this way. I'll only get attention if I behave in this way. I'll only get food and shelter if I behave in this way. So it really looks like it's necessary to take these ideas and hold on to them and keep living by them. So gradually, bit by bit, our life gets less and less dramatic, but then also it means it gets less and less fulfilling, because we're designed to feel, we're designed to have the full experience of life and the full spectrum of life. And so in the absence of that experience, we go out seeking it, and we go out seeking it in crazy nights out, or in theme parks, or in scary movies, or in inappropriate relationships, because it gives a thrill. You know, there's all sorts of ways that we try and mimic the fullness of experience that we know is available. And all fine, because what ultimately happens is life's not designed to work like this middle line here, like this orange one. It is designed for this fullness. And so eventually life goes, right, enough. We've had enough of this, like middle of the road, playing it safe, not going out of comfort zone, denying the experience that wants to be had. And that's really cool, because then it opens up a doorway for us to start exploring and asking and going, okay, so how do I do this then? How do I shift from this limited experience where there are only certain things that are okay, and only certain ways of being that are okay? And how do I get back to that fulfillment? How do I get back to the fullness of life that is available from that original line? And really the core thing is recognizing the belief at the bottom of all of it. So when these first ideas started to be believed when we were children, the core one underneath all of them was the idea that I'm this separate individual, and therefore I need to behave in certain ways that will keep me safe. Prior to that, babies, prior to about 18 months, there is no concept of self. There is no idea of needing to secure this self. So for sure, the baby cries and asks for milk, because that's what the body does. It wants to have its needs met. And so it will communicate to do that. But it isn't coming from a place of from fear. It's just, well, I want my needs met, so I'll cry, and then I'll get the milk. That's how this game works. And it's only from sort of 18 months, 2 years, that there starts to develop this idea of self, which thinks, oh my goodness, I'm this separate individual with all these other separate individuals, and I've got to fight for my place, I've got to secure my position, I've got to stay in the tribe, and builds up all these stories which ultimately lead to the orange line. So if you'd like to join us on Thursday, what I'm doing is talking about that core idea of self that started from around 18 months, 2 years, and sharing the neuropsychology which now shows that self-development and shows that shift in experience, and which can then go back the other way too, because the more we see that core idea of self, which is the sort of the anchor point almost for all these other ideas that have subsequently been attached onto it, pull the plug on that one, and then the whole game falls down. And that's the freedom, that's the fulfilling life we're actually all looking for. So if you want to join on Thursday, I'd love to see you. And if not, then I hope this has been useful, and just ask if you've got any questions or want to talk about it. That'd be cool. All right, cheers, bye.